Hello, in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to do a splatter effect. It's a follow-on from the tutorial where I showed you how to clean up the background of your product shot using Viveza 2. So I'm going to start by dragging the cleaned up version here on to Photoshop. Now, there are a lot of tutorials to show you how to create the splatter effect. So let me see, I've got a couple of them here. Let's open this one. So this is sort of roughly where we're heading for, this kind of idea. So like the product has sort of been exploded from the side. Now there are plenty of tutorials to show you how to do that, and a lot of them involve using Liquify to kind of liquefy the image. But I've tried a few versions of that, and to be honest with you, the version I'm going to show you now is probably the one that I found the most successful, and it's the easiest as well. Okay, so all I've done, let me just see if this will show you a bit better, I think, in a smaller version. Okay, so it does take us some time to get it exactly how you want it, and I did work hard to try and minimise, and take away any kind of idea that there was like a strong line down here. So as anything, the more you kind of put into it, the more you will get out of it. Okay, so let me just close that down. Don't save that. Let's go back to the empty version. Okay, so basically all I did was I duplicate the layer. Okay. Right, now then, in your brushes, you'll find there's a lot of these kind of splattery sort of looking brushes that you think are going to be okay, especially down here, 24, 27, but they're not. They will come out really blurred. So the one that you're looking for is, the best one I found is this one, 2444. So that's the one I'm going for. Okay, so now what you want to do to start with is reduce. So I'm doing that with my brackets. Quite small, I suppose, to start with. And put white on top, and then have your brushes open, so window, brush, and kind of have this open over here. Okay. What you first want to do is to start to disintegrate like this edge of the foam. So the trick to this is this little arrow over here. Keep moving it, and that means your brush doesn't turn into this sort of repetitive stamp. And also increase the size. Also, you don't want to go too far over and start to work on the right side of the image, just probably sort of keep to the left. Okay, so in that way you do need your the brush to be quite a small size. Maybe we'll start working kind of backwards. So you get the idea. Now you're moving back and forth from the black brush to a white brush all the time. closer. What we want to do really is to start obliterating this line here. So let's go back to the brush. Okay, so that's a bit too big at the moment, so we'll make that a bit smaller. And make sure that you do the corners as well. And then we can sort out the shadow underneath the phone a bit later on, right at the end. Okay. And every so often, just come back from being close up to fitting on screen. Now you would do as much as you kind of wanted to in terms of disintegrating the image that you've got. And then what you would need to do is kind of pick out the different colours within your object. So I'm going to obviously do black, and I'm going to try and get all these different blues and start to explode them out. But I'm going to start with the black. The brush. Right, this time I'm going to make it bigger. Sure that I'm twisting the brush around. You need to make sure as well that you don't have sort of too many exploded bits. They have to have come from, you know, this phone. So if you're only kind of disintegrating a little bit of it, and you've got loads of bits kind of flying off, or too many, it's going to look a bit unbalanced. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the eyedropper tool. Maybe pick up a grey colour. Okay, back to the brush. Okay, turn it around. A few greys. Again, I don't want to start messing around too much with this side of the image, so you could see, you know, about putting in potentially, I suppose what you could do here is you could maybe just lasso a bit. You don't really want to be affecting anything over here, so you could just lasso around the bit that you want to do. Back to the brush. I've got a big brush. You see none of this, all of this bit here outside. And they'll see it won't work on that bit. It'll only work within the lassoed area. So I don't know. That's probably a bit too big, isn't it? I'll give it a go. Probably is. Okay, so let's step backwards for that, and probably just make the brush a bit smaller. Let's see. I'll do that on my brackets. And then Command and D to get rid of the lasso, and then back down, a bit smaller, probably turn the brush. Okay, so now I think what I would do is to start to bring in some of these blues into the central area. So obviously if the phone is exploding, then part of these blues would be sort of flying out. So pick up that bit of blue. And then where it would be exploding would be here. and pick up the possibly the sort of grey blue colour. Turn the brush around a bit more, make the brush a bit smaller. And then maybe this kind of lighter blue here. So you get the picture. You've just got to keep working on it until basically you think that you are happy with the final outcome. The main thing you've got to be careful of is that, you know, your colours, so if this is blue here and you pick that up in this bit, the blue isn't going to be like way out of you know, too far away from the original site, so it's feasible that this little bit of blue here exploded along here, but it wouldn't be like right at the top of the image. And also, can you see, I can still see some of the original lines, the outline of the phone. You can see this line up here. So I think probably what I might do in that case, you still see it there, is I might be tempted just to go back and get, you know, just your straightforward brush. And just try to sort of take out really any element of that line, that outline going up. So just see, you can see it here. Okay, you can see it's coming through here as well. So just try and take out any bit of the outline you think might show up. So of course when you pull out now, there's very, very little outline left. I mean, there is a tiny bit here, and then it's up to you to kind of go in and start to fill in those bits. Also, I can see it's a bit empty here, so back to the brush, back to the one I was using, this one. There. See, that one's probably a bit too much. Let me see, I might just turn the brush around. A few more there. And that's it. So you carry on going until you're happy with your final exploded view, and then it's up to you whether you want to then get rid of the shadow and have, you know, quite a flat outline. And so if you keep going with it, let me just close that. and it's up to you how you want to crop it. So let me just go into my here. So I've done you know, 2 different versions of it, and then I did a cropped version of it as well, and I did put an outline on it. But to be honest with you, I think I prefer the version with the bigger kind of white space. Okay, because obviously the negative space here like really balances out the image really well. Okay, so as I said, there's lots of different tutorials on YouTube, and a lot of them suggest that you use Liquify, and they, you know, it does work really well. It's just for this particular image, I just found that it was just a lot easier just to use sort of the brushes, really, the black brush, the white brush, and then picking up any colours from the image. Okay, and that's the end of the tutorial.